to another episode of Just a Bit Outside. I'm your host, Steve Ely. Along with me, as always, my co-host, Wes Cook.
Welcome back.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. You ready for the game tonight?
Yes, absolutely. And hopefully, we end this little win streak that Penguins are on to go ahead and eliminate them, move forward.
I'd be fine with that.
Really playing this one in the Philadelphia fashion way, though.
Trying to give it up.
Yeah, it seems that way. Just got to come out, feed off the energy the crowd's going to bring, and really just bring it, honestly. We have been clicking here at the end of the year. Just barely made it into the playoffs, but the opportunities are here. And play with that grit that they did in the first 3 games. Just come out there and just show them that you're bigger, stronger, tougher, and just start getting in their heads again. I think they kind of laxed off of that a little bit.
Yeah.
In the last 2 games, it wasn't nearly as dirty as it should have been. And I think they can get back to those ways tonight, especially with the home crowd there. Really feed off that energy and go ahead and close it out. So, fingers crossed. That's what we're going for.
I hear you. Well, good luck tonight, sir.
Yes, sir.
Good luck. Good luck. Oh, man. I sat last weekend and watched some of the most boring NFL draft stuff I've seen in a long time.
Yeah, it was.
Like, there was stuff that surprised me later on in the draft. You know, there's things that I liked, things I didn't like. Like I told you, I made notes for this stuff, and I straight up left them at home.
Whoops.
Whoops. Not good. Not good. But there were certain things that that I can't remember that were for sure. I thought Cleveland taking a quarterback was kind of weird. Like how many guys
the QB room's kind of full.
Yeah. Well, it's full for as long as you have Deshaun Watson still in there.
And contract-wise, too, how much do you want to give to that position? It just seems like there's just too much right there in that quarterback room. Too many dollars that are being utilized. Right there. I just don't get it.
Yeah. I liked Arizona grabbing Carson Beck.
No, that's I think that's really good. Kind of get a restart there.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not. We talk about it all the time. I'm not a huge fan of you don't have to throw a rookie in there immediately.
No,
he doesn't have to play immediately. That's something. If they're still struggling at the end of the year, throw him in, see what he's done, see what you got. Which they don't have a whole lot, but it's interesting. I mean, Beck's done nothing but win.
No,
everywhere he goes.
You get him kind of cheap as third rounder.
Yeah,
it's not really. It's kind of high risk or low risk, high reward kind of deal.
Mm-hmm.
He could develop into something, but you're not going to really judge a GM for taking a guy like that at that particular point of the draft.
Yeah. Absolutely. I mean, I like that move a lot,
especially when it's kind of a point of need, right? Like when you want to establish somebody there. Now that Kyler's gone,
yeah,
makes sense.
I mean, I'm sure they're banking on next year a little harder.
Sure, yeah, but I mean, if Beck ends up being your backup quarterback for whoever the guy is that you choose next year, I mean, that's not necessarily a bad thing either.
Maybe Beck plays and you see something you like.
Then you're at a position to where you can decide to bolster that roster in a different way than quarterback, depending on how everything falls for you.
Depending how everything falls, yeah, you're right.
I will say, like about the draft, it seemed like a lot of scouts and GMs got kind of cute with it this year. You really kind of go through the list of the big boards and things like that. Some of these guys are picked a lot higher than they should have been. A lot of guys fell to places that you didn't think they would. And it's kind of confusing. I don't know if that just means, the people at CBS or ESPN or whoever put together these big boards aren't on the same page, or they're seeing something different than some of these scouts and GMs are.
Yeah.
But a lot of guys got taken, I think, a lot earlier than necessarily needed to be taken. And then there's a lot of guys that just fell. McCoy, for instance, from Tennessee. Of course, coming off an ACL, but at the same time,
he was, according to ESPN, the best available at pick 13 or something like that. 13 or 14, somewhere in that range. Yeah, and he fell all the way to the fourth round, and we kind of were texting about it a little bit. How bad is the medical?
Yeah, guys come back from this stuff too, which is weird.
I mean, they may end up getting a steal of the draft, getting that guy there.
Well, it's just weird that he makes it through 3 rounds and below so many different corners that what did every team see? Like, his teammate got selected in the second round early.
Yeah. Like, what was missing? Like, where was that? I thought Garrett Nussmeier dropping all the way to the 7th round, when you and I kind of talked about it, we felt he might have been the 3rd or 4th best quarterback.
In comparison, yeah.
In comparison to how we felt about a lot of others, I mean, Cade Klubnik went in the 4th round. And I thought he struggled pretty hard the last couple of years, to be honest. It was just weird stuff like that got me. We'll dig further in, and I'll remember my notes next week. But it was just odd. I have thought long and hard over the Rams taking Simpson. And I cannot preach against it for as much as I have preached for it by other teams or for other teams. That you don't have to start a guy just because you draft him in the first round.
Yes.
It's one of mine that, yes, you probably could have got him later. But
I feel like you probably could have traded back and
still got him.
And still got him.
Yeah, I think so too.
I don't think. I think they kind of pulled that trigger a little too quick. And
maybe.
I don't know if they had heard other teams, poking around at the idea of picking him in the first round too. They kind of got them scared, so there's like now or never. But when you get towards the end of that round, I mean, you just start looking at those teams. You're like, doesn't need a quarterback. Doesn't need a quarterback.
Yeah, but it's still one of those it was a head scratcher, but at the same time, the way I preach about the quarterback play and drafting a quarterback and letting a guy sit and learn. I mean, Simpson breaks all the rules as far as why I would draft him in the first round. But if you're going to draft him to do what you're going to do with him for the Rams, and you're trying to plan for the future, because you may have Matt Stafford for 2 more years, maybe. So I mean, and Matt's not going to be that guy that lingers around too. I think once he decides he's going to go, he's going to go. So I mean, I like the move. I mean, was it a hair early? Yeah. Could they have traded back and probably still got him? I think so.
Yeah, I mean, the only thing I would be kind of weary of is, do you think the Jets might pull the trigger somewhere there? Because everybody else really that you look at here, like below them, that could have probably been the only team that would have scared me at this point, right?
The Jets at 16, maybe?
That's what I'm saying. Because you got Baltimore, you got Tampa Bay, you got Detroit, you got the Vikings, you got Carolina, Eagles, Steelers, Chargers, Cowboys.
Steelers would have been the next.
Yeah.
The next one, maybe. As far as if you need, but I don't think they were I don't think if they're really pushing for Rodgers to come back that they were going to draft that high. Yeah, I know they ended up taking Aller in the 3rd or 4th round.
Right.
Which that may not be a bad place for him to be.
No, you get it, especially if you get to learn under a guy like Aaron Rodgers. That's not necessarily a
I
bad
mean,
thing. You don't have to be the man day one, so you're going to be able to get some time to kind of learn to be a pro. We preach this all the time, and I think there's not a more important position to learn to be a pro
Than that one, yeah.
than QB. You are the face of a franchise essentially. Whenever you're touching the ball more than anybody else, and these guys need that time to learn to become that guy. They don't need to be thrust into it. There's a few that you can do. We've seen it, right?
Yeah.
But there's so many of them that have some early success, and then they're brought back to reality. Once there's some game tape on them, teams learn to defend them. I mean, these coordinators in this league and these coaches in this league are very intelligent. And they could pick you apart, just based on film.
We're seeing
design a game plan that is going to expose all your flaws.
We saw that a little bit this year with C.J. Stroud.
You saw it. You saw it with Stroud. You saw it even with Daniels.
Mm-hmm.
You see that you're going to be brought back to reality.
Yeah.
These coaches. These teams have so many people in place to just scrutinize a quarterback's play.
Yeah.
And strictly, that's their job on the film to know how they're going to defend them week in and week out.
Yeah.
And you look at teams like Philadelphia, Dallas, and New York, they're going to end up playing Daniels twice a year at least. And
they will.
It goes the same for C.J. Stroud. They're going to see the Colts, the Jags, and the Tennessee like twice a year. So they're going to do everything they can to figure that quarterback out in the offseason and in the weeks prior to playing them.
Yeah. He kind of got nicked up too with like injury problems on that.
Well, he got the yips in late in the year and just throwing pick after pick after pick. I mean, Stroud was the downfall of Houston.
Yeah.
That was a Super Bowl caliber defense.
All day long.
And
all day long.
Stroud is ultimately what led Houston to early exit in the playoffs.
Yeah. He was the early exit.
Yeah, absolutely.
Big time. But as far as like grades and stuff, I'm sitting here going through ESPN's grades on TV and looking at Mel Kiper's grades. He only gave out a few A's. Cleveland, one of them, other than the taking the quarterback, and I didn't understand that pick at all. But other than that, I liked everything Cleveland did.
I think Cleveland did pretty well.
I like them. I like the fact that they moved back. They traded back, picked up an extra pick or two here. Perfect. That's what they need. They need more talent. They need more people on the field to look at it. Offensive tackle, wide receiver is a good move, which they did in the first 2 rounds.
Mm-hmm.
They need weapons. That they do not have. When Jerry Jeudy is your top wide receiver, but doesn't help you doesn't have anybody throwing him the ball either. So
yeah, he's been kind of put in positions that aren't been ideal for him to really showcase his skills.
No, not at all.
I feel like he's a lot better wide receiver than what he's been able to show.
Well, I mean, when Flacco was there, he was solid. He was putting up numbers under Flacco. But yeah, you can't. And next we had Dallas also received an A, which you and I both don't really care the fact that they get an A, but catching downs at 11. That's a pretty good pickup for them.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, this is what everybody talks about in terms of the Eagles. Like, guys fall onto them. We've been fortunate. Jordan Davis and Jalen Carter and things like that happened to the Eagles. And this time it happened for Dallas. I hate it.
But it
could have been another team. But, yeah, I mean, it's just one step to improving their defense that needs it greatly.
Yeah.
One player, especially at safety, is not going to do that. It's not like he's an edge rusher.
Yeah. Well, they speaking of edge, that was their next 2 picks. They went back-to-back edge.
Mm-hmm.
Malachi Lawrence.
That's the one they say was a stretch.
Yeah.
They weren't that one I think hurts their draft grade when you really look at it. So
Possibly, but we'll see. What was his description? He was juicy.
juicy. Yeah,
Was that the juicy guy?
I think he was juicy.
Yeah.
I don't know what that exactly means. They ran out of all the other terminology they could have utilized for this guy. I don't know. I mean, it just seems weird.
I don't know. Next, we come in with the Raiders, who also received a score of an A.
Honestly, like a lot of these grades, they don't matter. It's like fantasy football.
They don't matter.
You get your draft grade, and the guy who got an A in the draft grade, I've seen be dead last.
I think I had the second lowest draft grade in our draft.
Yeah, I had a low one. I think mine was a C minus.
And I was like, how do I get a C minus?
And me and you both finished
we
first and second.
Yeah.
Respectfully.
So, But, the Mendoza stuff, we knew that was coming.
Well, that's the thing. I mean, you look at it on paper, okay, maybe this is an A. But that doesn't mean this is definitely an A.
Yeah.
Like, what if Mendoza comes out and lays a dud? He could just be he could suck.
I still think they're still in great position not to start Mendoza right from jump.
Absolutely not. Not when you have the opportunity to utilize Kirk Cousins as a starter, and even if you run him out there for the first 4 weeks.
Yeah.
And you're not getting the performance you're looking for out of your offense, okay, then you want to switch it up. All right. But day one starter is not a necessity.
Nope.
They didn't sit back, at least give him a quarter of the season to try to figure this out.
You got Cousins sitting there ready to play. You've got a guy named Tom Brady that's sitting in an office somewhere up there. I'm sure he has one.
He's in that quarterback room a lot.
I have no doubt.
Yeah.
No doubt. He'll probably be in there even more now.
Yes.
But yeah, they had extra picks along the way. So they filled some gaps. They got some needs. We'll see. I like what's really crazy. I like the McCoy pick. I mean, that could be a monster pick for them in the for a fourth round pick. I mean, you're talking guy that they were saying had
first round potential.
The first round,
the first round grade should have been there, gone in the first round, and they do stuff like this, and they
just do weird stuff, and guys just fall for some reason.
Yeah,
like the whole league's like, nah, and then somebody is finally like, you know what, right here. I'll take him right here. It's worth it right here.
It's worth the stretch. Every team passed on him.
The next grade is Philly. Also received an A.
Early on I was a little skeptical. The more I read about Lemon, the more I've watched film on the guy, I'm growing to like him a whole lot more, especially like as sure-handed as he has been.
Yeah.
I love it. That's huge. But, there's still the whole A.J. Brown thing, and it's just coming to terms with it. Really, it sucks that A.J.'s probably, all likely off.
Yeah.
And if he's not, then why is our wide receiver room so full?
If he's not going anywhere, it's super full.
Yes, exactly.
He's not.
Yeah, so there's some guys that they brought in that aren't going to be there if AJ is around. But all signs point to it that AJ's going to be gone. I'm interested to see what we're going to get in return. Adam Schefter seems to think it's a 2028 draft pick, and I'm not a fan. If that's what you ended up settling on, especially after all this bogus bullshit, like Howie, you can do better. That's a 2027 pick. All day.
I like the Stowers pick.
Yeah.
I like that a lot in the second round. He's kind of a do-all tight end, which kind of feeds right into what you guys like.
And I love that. I love that pick, honestly. With the uncertainty of Dallas Goedert and where he'll be, he's on a 1-year deal. Now we don't have to rush this guy in and start him from day one either.
Yeah.
As long as Dallas is healthy, you don't have to worry about that.
Yep.
I'm worried about the age of the O-line, the performance of the O-line last year. That Lane Johnson's. This is likely his last year. If not, he's got 2 left, and he's been there for 14. Let's be real, like that's much appreciated. Future Hall of Fame, best right tackle in the game for as long as I can remember.
Yeah.
You can't, but you got to find his replacement. And I thought this would be the year you would want to start right there with that. Unless they felt like they've got a steal in one of these later round guys, I just don't.
I them trading up to get Lemon makes me feel like that maybe they were hoping he would fall, which they ended up. What they go up like 4 picks? They just weren't sure if he was going to make it all the way to.
Well, I mean, he wasn't.
No, he wasn't.
Like the stories that have been out there, if you've seen it,
Yeah.
Lemon was on the phone with the Steelers.
Yeah.
Which is against the rules, by the way. They should not have, when they're not on the clock, they cannot contact them. However, they felt comfortable enough that Dallas wasn't selecting a wide receiver that they were going to go ahead and make that call and let them know this was their guy.
Yeah.
However, while Dallas is still on the clock, they trade the pick to the Eagles.
Yep.
And by doing so, allow for us to move up and get him. And yeah, I mean, that's the end of the story. It is funny, like he's talking to the Steelers and they're getting ready to pick him, and then he's like, "Hey, why's Philly calling?" And I mean, they pick it up. There's audio of it and everything. It's like, oh, okay,
yeah. I'm wondering if Freeling had been sitting there. If Carolina doesn't take him, do they lean in that direction?
Yeah, I think he was probably higher on the board. Yeah, I would assume that if he's fallen and if there's a potential for us to move up and grab him, is that a move that we take? Because if looking at what Dallas did and wanted to do anyway, I feel like that would have probably been an opportunity for us to get him if Carolina didn't take him. But again, this is where we're at, and we can speculate about the Eagles draft all we want. I mean, I can talk to it at great lengths, but
I'm sure
that's not what we do here. We don't focus on one team. We want to focus on.
Yeah, we'll focus on some other. My team ended up with a C grade, way down the list. But you end up with a grade like that when you don't have a first round pick.
Yeah, you don't have a first round pick, and you have Micah Parsons, who should be ready roughly towards the beginning of the year, right at the beginning.
Yeah, I think he's gonna be ready to go.
Yeah, I mean, science of ACL surgery now it allows for these guys to turn it around.
He's suited, and especially supposedly he's like a workout monster and stuff too. So he's rehabbing.
Yeah.
Rehabbing like it's nobody's business.
Of course.
Other A's ended up Jets with an A, shockingly.
They had a number of picks.
Yeah,
they were able to kind of like start, going all over the place with a lot of the stuff they're doing.
Well, they had 4 picks in the top 50.
Yeah.
Which, I mean, I like their picks. I like it a lot. I would have rather had Nessmeyer over Klubnik all day long. So that was kind of a weird pick for me.
I agree with you.
What did they see that,
I mean, do I really trust the Jets to do any scouting on any player?
No. I'm with you.
At least offensively.
I'm with you. No, I mean, they're okay in some spots when they pick them high, but it's those late ones that worry me. Those late ones, I'm like, no. Nope. Because whoever that guy is, whoever is going to be the backup, is going to see time this year.
I would imagine they will. Because you're going to get to a point where you're going to have to make a change as a coach offensively because it's not working. And we know it's not going to work with Geno. Nope. It didn't work in Vegas.
Geno, I think, is done. I think he is washed at this point.
I agree. I mean, but this is your guy you're starting day one in New York, I assume. I mean, because they're considering Russell Wilson as a 2, even though they took this kid. I mean, how sold are they really? If the reports coming out of New York are that they're showing interest in Russell Wilson.
Yeah, Russell Wilson is washed.
Yeah, I mean, I get
it's
that,
just
but you've got. I would start Russell Wilson over Geno Smith, to be honest with
dude. You want to know what I would do if I was the Jets? I would go get one of these young guys that's playing backup that's been in the league for a couple of years and just roll them out there.
Makes sense because they could be had for.
Like, I'm just using this as an example. I'm not just because I'm Homer in it a little bit, but like a guy like Sam Howell, young,
Who performed well.
yeah, he had moments as a rookie where he played well,
Yeah,
and I thought that like he didn't really get a fair enough shot. But things happen.
or even Mac Jones.
Yeah,
You
exactly.
Got, a guy like Mac Jones that's available out there. I mean,
Yeah, like what?
How much do you give up for a guy like Mac Jones? Maybe second or third rounder if you're really interested. But I mean, you're probably not paying him what you're paying Geno.
I can't imagine.
There's just a lot better options than replaying the whole Geno Smith tenure.
Well, it's crazy that
Round 2 of Geno Smith is not going to be better than round 1.
No. Nope. Nope. I would like to see the available list of free agent quarterbacks out there. That's what I'd like to see.
Yo, you got a free agency tracker.
Yeah, I was looking at it, didn't it? It doesn't let's see who's out there. You got Taylor Hinkie. Heineke.
Oh, yeah.
Heineke, however you say his last name. You got Cooper Rush, who played well, thumb under Dallas.
Yeah.
Thumb. Dobbs, Driscoll, Ben DiNucci, Brett Rippon, Easton Stick, guys like that. Experienced backups. And then, what do you think about Diego Pavia signing a 3-year deal with Baltimore as an undrafted free agent?
A 3-year deal, though?
Yeah, it's got to be very minute money.
Well, yeah.
I mean, undrafted free agents ain't making jack.
Generally not, no.
But yeah, the whole you could have had Mitch Trubisky.
Yeah, there's that opportunity.
I mean, he is now the backup in Tennessee. I mean, there's guys they could have had. I didn't realize Gardner Minshew had signed in Arizona.
Yeah, he's just bouncing around and trying to stick where he can stick.
I like it though. He could be a guy that he could start in Arizona. I mean, you'd see a little bit of magic, a little bit, not a lot, but a little.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just looking at other guys like Kyle Allen was out there, Case Keenum was out there. Sam Howell is actually Dallas's backup. He was your backup somehow. I don't know. I don't remember him being on the Eagles though.
Sam Howell was?
That's what it's saying. That's got to be wrong though. That's got to be incorrect.
I don't think Sam Howell was there.
That has got to be incorrect.
I don't recall that.
I'm looking it up right now because I don't remember him being on the Eagles either.
He would have been third stringer. Tanner McKee was.
Yeah.
Yeah, I do not recall that at all.
Yeah, I don't recall it. And that's the thing that drives me crazy. That's what it's saying, that he was an Eagle. Let's see. Let's see his stats. "2025, he was an Eagle."
Wow. Yeah.
He did not play,
No.
but he was an Eagle.
Okay.
Must have been the third string guy.
Well.
Yeah, it happens. It happens. I just didn't realize he was there.
it never got to a point where he was ever going to see the field anyway. So
No,
it's-
but it's just stuff like that. I'm just talking, guys that are where they are. I mean, just weird. I mean, you could have had Zach Wilson. Could have had Jake Browning, who has saw plenty of time.
seen plenty of time. I mean, you saw how bad he played, and he had actual good wide receivers.
I know.
So
I know.
I'm not gonna vouch for that one.
But I mean, they could have got Tua for nothing.
This is not, yeah, he was there.
I mean, I'm not, I don't think Tua's the answer, but I think Tua's better than Geno Smith.
This is a good stopgap. Geno Smith is not the stopgap.
No,
You're just asking for more of the same.
You're just more of the same, and you traded for more of the same. That's the thing that drives me crazy. Traded for more of the same.
We'll keep seeing, more and more of this. The summer camp starts to roll around.
Yeah.
To see how players are performing in camp and how people feel about.
Yeah. But yeah, we'll dive as this keeps moving, keeps rolling through. There's still going to be some summer action coming. There'll be some trades. There'll be some cuts still made that save cash after June 1st and stuff like that too. So we'll see. We're going to see more people moving. It ain't done yet.
Oh yeah.
Man, do you want to talk about another sport, or you want to just skip that sport altogether?
What, basketball?
Nah. Baseball.
Oh, baseball.
We're just gonna skip that one for the day.
I mean, we can't. You can't leave it like where it's at, right?
Yeah, we got to talk about Boston firing Cora.
Well,
you guys firing Thompson.
Thompson? Thompson. Rob Thompson.
I like the fact that your bench coach, who was promoted, to Don Mattingly, though. So I mean, I'm okay with.
I think when Mattingly came in, this was kind of what the plan was.
Wasn't he the manager in Toronto last year?
I think he was on the bench in Toronto. I don't know if he was the but with bringing in Mattingly, his son is the GM of the Phillies.
No, I did not.
So this kind of helps.
I did not.
I don't like the move. Period. I like Don Mattingly, but I like Rob Thompson, and I really don't feel like Rob Thompson swapping these guys isn't going to change everything.
I don't think it's. Baseball is one of those sports to me that I think you got to have a good manager who can control the lineup a little bit. But at the same time, like, baseball is so, not that every sport isn't player driven, but when you get guys that are just cold on the bats, or you got guys that are struggling on the mound, you just can't say, hey, you know what? I'm just using Bryce Harper example. I know he still played fairly well during what's going on, but like a guy like that is struggling. You don't take him out of the lineup just because he's struggling.
No,
you leave those guys in. So I mean, at some point you got to say it's not all on management.
Well, despite some of the head scratching moves that Thompson would do from time to time, I don't think he was. Really, it comes down to the construction of this roster, and that's Dombrowski. And if there's anybody that's should have had their head roll, it should have been Dombrowski. And that didn't happen because he's going to make the move because he's going to be given the ultimatum. He's like, we have the worst record in baseball. We have the worst run differential in baseball. One of our favorite stats, just not our favorite stat, but one of our teams is fucking doing it.
No, it is not.
But coming from Middleton's probably telling him, make something happen. It doesn't matter what it is. I need to see a change of some sort, right?
Yeah.
As ownership comes down, with Dombrowski being in a position that he's in, it's his head or somebody else's. And of course, he's going to make this type of a move just to save face and try to save his job. Problem is Dombrowski's the one that constructed this roster, and we didn't bring anything new in that was going to fix these hitting issues. And what it comes down to is the batting coach, Kevin Long, needs to be gone. I mean, because our bats have gone cold in the playoffs ever since Game 6 or Game 5 of that World Series that we got no hit.
Yeah.
They go the bats go cold at the most inopportune times. And it's generally in the playoffs. But then there's also times like when you start a season with so much hope. We've won over 90 games in the last 3 seasons. This is time that you fucking get it together and your expectation is 90 wins. And to get to 90 wins at this point is going to be a difficult task.
Yeah, 90 is going to be.
You're 80 wins away from it.
Yeah, you're 80 wins from it. Essentially 30 games into a season, so you need 80 and what? 80 and
42.
Yeah.
You gotta go 80 and 42. That's an insane record in baseball.
Yeah.
And when you start so low, to get that hot to end the season, that's a difficult thing. So,
buddy, I'm right there with you.
I understand why the move was made, but that was the wrong move. You start with the batting coach. The batting coach has been there since these struggles have happened, and nothing has changed. It's time to change that first and foremost. Rob doesn't deserve that. Rob didn't throw a ball. Rob didn't catch ball. Didn't throw a pitch. Didn't fucking bat. It's not on Rob Thompson. None of this is on Rob Thompson. That's my belief.
Man, your bats are cold and your arms are cold, buddy.
What do? What kind of talks are you having? The only thing that you can do
is just try to keep motivating.
Yeah, I mean, as the head ball coach, like, what can you do? Really, you can't say, "Oh, I'm going to sit Harper today because he's been cold for three games straight." No, you want him to bat out of that slump because you know what kind of hitter he can be. So he's going to still be there. And it's just, it's not the right move.
Looking at the success you guys have had over the last couple of years and looking at their team stats at the moment, it is absolutely like their hitting is 28th in runs, 29th in batting average, 28th in on base percentage, 27th in slugging, and then you look over at the pitching,
it's just as bad.
Which you're 28th in ERA, you're tied for 20th with only 7 quality starts. Your whip is at 147. Your batting average against is 280.
Yep.
Woo.
You're not winning ball games like
that. No.
So that's what I'm saying. You start, if you wanted to make moves, and granted, this should have been more than a week ago, right? Like, we should have gone ahead and you let go of the batting coach or hitting coach. Go ahead and let go of the pitching coach. Those 2 guys gone immediately. I'm sorry. Mm-hmm. Maybe Rob just had too much loyalty to those guys that we're going to be, seeing his head roll instead. But those 2 guys, ultimately, they lose their job. If I'm Rob Thompson, I make that call. I'm saying we're bringing someone else. Because if anything, you can slide Mattingly over into that.
Yeah, well, I can't say much. I'm looking at the Mets seasons that hitting, we are struggling just as hard as you are.
Mm-hmm.
We're 29th in runs. Our batting average is 28th, batting 225. On base is 289. That's good for 30th. Slugging percentage is 338. That's good for 30th also. Where our difference is, we just have our pitching is a little more consistent, I would say. We're only giving up 3.87 runs a game. Our ERA is a little bit lower. We've only got 1 more quality start than you guys do.
Mm-hmm.
But the against batting average is 50 points lower. But yeah, I mean, it's just hard to talk baseball at all. Like I told you before the season, yeah, man, I'm going to be all in the baseball this year. And then
Yeah, when your team struggle and we're tied for the worst in the league.
worst in the league. Yes,
Right.
sir, we are.
I mean, that's more so than who we love to make fun of, which are the White Sox and the Rockies.
Yeah. We have fewer wins combined than our division leading Braves do.
Exactly. And it's unacceptable for these two payrolls, right?
No.
That's the whole thing we haven't even mentioned is you got a top 5 payroll, but you got a team that is two teams that are struggling like this.
Yeah.
Absolutely absurd. It is uncalled for, and it should come back to your the president of player operations. And in my case, that's Dombrowski, and that's the head that should roll. Anybody's head's gonna roll, and he should keep it on a swivel right now because his seat's hot and it's on fire. Because I guarantee you, if the skid like this continues, it's gonna continue to get worse, and there's gonna be more and more pressure.
It is. It's.
I got and back to it. I don't think there's a difference between Mattingly and Rob Thompson that's gonna make this team all of a sudden win. The only thing that could happen is that the bats start to get a little hot and they start to put runs on, pitching gets figured out, and we win some ball games to improve.
Yeah.
And you get yourself back into a race. But I mean, right now we're pitching and hitting ourselves out of a dream of the NL East title. And really almost the wild card. You look at the NL East, every team except the Braves is under 500.
Yeah.
Which is expected from the Marlins and Nationals. We expect that from them.
Yeah, we expect them to lose.
But right now, the top 3 teams in the East should be the Braves, the Phillies, and the Mets.
Yeah.
They should all be up there, and this is where we're at. And hell, the Braves even have a better record than the Dodgers, and they're outperforming the Dodgers in almost every facet of the game.
Yeah, for the moment.
Yeah.
I mean, the Dodgers have been struggling in the last 10. They're 5-5.
Good. I hope it continues.
I would kill for 5-5 right now. In the
Yeah.
last 10.
2-8's rough. 3-7's rough.
Dude.
Yeah.
We are currently on 1-game win streak, so
Hey,
I like it. It's just bad. Just bad. We like to pick on the lovable losers, but it's our lovable losers this time. We're both like, no.
they're not lovable losers. It's very hard to love them right now. I mean, it's tough, especially when you got teams in your city that are in the playoffs.
Yeah.
And all you want is the Phillies to just kind of stay the course and just be competitive until these seasons are over, right? Once hockey's over, basketball's over, boom, we could jump right into Phils, and the Phils are, where they should be. But right now, it's not. And it takes a lot of that excitement out of the baseball season and like just gearing up for it. Because, I mean, really, this is the beginning of the season, so you're just starting to gear up for it. And watching a team go 2-8 in 10 games and go on a 10-game losing streak, it is rough.
I've been there, bro.
Yeah, I know.
I've been there.
It's really hard to get behind a team that loses 10 straight.
I told you I was going to make a concerted effort to watch more baseball this year.
They just taking it all out of you.
And then this is like completely taken out of me. I've watched a little bit of college baseball. That's been kind of cool. I've been doing that a little bit. That's been fun to watch.
Yeah, I can't.
I'm trying to get into it, bro. I'm trying really hard.
You do you, man.
Trying. But yeah. Oh, so we got hockey action tonight, right?
Yes, as we talked at the top of the episode, Flyers will go for the series clincher tonight, up 3-2 over Pittsburgh, and like I said, we just need the Flyers to bring that grit back, man. That game 1 through 3 grit, and play with that, and get in their heads, and get behind the crowd, really feed off that energy, and just really just go ahead and end it for them.
Yeah, we've got who else we got tonight? We got the Golden Knights in Utah, and then it is also the Lightning and the Canadiens that it's tonight also.
Yes. Yeah, you got a slate of 3 games.
You know, Colorado and Carolina said, you know, we're going to show you boys how to handle hockey games, hockey series, and we're just going to sweep and be done with them.
Well, they played Ottawa.
Yeah.
So, I mean,
I get it. I get it. Ottawa was lucky they were even in the playoffs. They were awful midway through the season.
Yeah, you got 3 games tonight. One at 7, one at 7:30, and one at West Coast game. Whew.
Yeah, man. Those West Coast
Not
games
catching
are hard,
me, buddy.
bro. Hard. Hard.
I will say Ottawa did give Carolina
Some run. They did.
Those games weren't easy for Carolina.
No, they were not. They were not. I've been trying to watch a little bit of that stuff too. But move a little further along to a little NBA action.
Yes, sir.
We
That's
got
where we got lucky with the Sixers last night. Embiid put on performance we know he's capable.
And then when they play again Saturday,
Play Thursday.
Play Thursday.
Tomorrow night. Yeah.
He'll stump a toe
Philly.
and be out the rest of the season.
Better stop. I would love to take it to 7 and make Boston exert all this energy. And if we don't win, which I mean, we weren't expected to coming in, it's a 2-7 match. And yeah, I mean, if we could come back from 3 games and take this series, oh man, it'd be wild.
Yeah.
It gets Boston too. Coming into it, I didn't have high hope. Honestly, I didn't.
Yeah.
So got that glimmer of hope last night. It'll probably be shattered tomorrow night, but I'm still got a glimmer of hope.
We'll see.
Yeah.
The series that surprised me the most is Orlando just
I'm
handling Detroit.
Yeah.
Handling them. And you're like, what? Like, where did this Orlando team come
3
from?
games to 1 right now.
Yeah. I'm also sitting here looking at ticket prices. You know, you can go see the Lakers in Houston tonight for $25. Sounds crazy low to me.
It does. But Houston's already bailed on their team.
Dude, they're down 3-1. How you lose to the Lakers with just LeBron?
I mean, I will say this is huge for all the LeBron lovers. And seeing this, I mean, KD's on that side.
He is.
Yeah.
What the hell has he been doing?
Not enough, obviously.
I mean, they're just struggling right now, buddy. Struggling, and it is awful. But yeah, I'm surprised that I had no thought that the Lakers were even going to be remotely in this series.
No, I thought it would be the other way around.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah, with no Luka, I really felt like they'd be staring at a 3-1 deficit, not a 3-1 edge.
Yeah.
It's
yes, sir.
Very surprising. But like I said, I mean, it says a lot about LeBron. Take over his team.
When he's been mostly relegated to the third option, and he's been fine with it.
Yeah.
Been fine with it. But man, I mean, I'm just shocked.
You lost your MVP candidate.
Yeah.
And what's the word on when he comes back?
I think he could possibly play in the second round. I think.
Yeah.
I'm looking at their injuries right now just to see how bad. What's it say about them?
I don't think it really matters because you match up with.
How am I going to hit the injuries tab under the Lakers and it says no data available?
I don't know.
That doesn't sound right.
No. So, what do you think? Minnesota's up 3-2 on the Nuggets, but Anthony Edwards.
Well, they won the last game without Ant.
I know. You get that minor bump, that little surge without him, but for longevity purposes, knowing that you got a team that's still mostly made up of national or world champion.
World champions, yeah.
You've got at least those key pieces that were part of it. I don't know if Minnesota can continue that.
Well, I like Denver a lot. I think as long as Jokic is there, they're always going to be a contender. I mean, it doesn't surprise me when you see him on the list of MVP candidates every year. Doesn't surprise me. And honestly, a 7-footer averaging a triple double, like almost.
No, I get it. I mean, it's impressive.
It's impressive as hell.
Almost uncalled for.
Yes, because it's like it just drives me crazy that he plays that well and he doesn't really care. I mean, he cares. Don't get me wrong.
He's competitive, which is nice, but I know where you're coming from. Like, he'd much rather be with his horses.
Yeah. Yes.
He does not care about that. He's just like, yeah, let me be with my horses. I'd much rather do this.
Yeah. And then you're just like, oh, that's crazy.
Yeah.
But no, I think Denver comes back and wins this thing. I don't think they can close it out without him.
I think they're gonna have a difficult time, and they sure as hell won't have a shot against the Spurs.
No. No, I actually think the Spurs are the only team that can beat Oklahoma City.
Yeah, they have the opportunity because they're kind of they match up well with them.
Yeah.
I mean, and of course, anybody having a matchup against Wembanyama is going to have a difficult.
Well, I like the fact that him and Chet have like that hate towards one another.
Oh yeah, no, bring it.
Like,
I love it.
Yeah, I'm down.
Yeah,
I need more of that in the NBA.
Agreed. Because it's been lacking for years.
I need these stars to not like one another.
Yes,
that's
what I love about playoff hockey. To be honest, like you see the hatred between Philadelphia and Pittsburgh on the floor. Yeah. I mean, every stoppage and play, they're fucking grabbing onto each other and trying to fight.
Yeah, and
I mean, not that you'll get that in basketball because it's just not as common, obviously. But I still want I want to see a little pushing and shoving, almost like bringing like Draymond Green down a couple notches and putting it in each player. Like maybe divvy up Draymond Green amongst the league.
Yeah.
Love you too.
Need a little bit of that across the board everywhere. I like it. We've talked about it a bunch. Like, I'm not a big fan of these superstars hanging out all the time. Like, I don't like the whole super team aspect. No. I do think it's crazy that Doc Rivers cost Orlando their shot at a super team.
Mm-hmm.
You heard that story about what was it, 2000, 99, 2000, somewhere in that range? Tim Duncan was set to leave the Spurs.
Really?
He was going to join Orlando with Tracy McGrady. This has been a while. With Tracy McGrady and Grant Hill, which would have been pretty nuts.
At the time, yeah.
Yeah. Tim Duncan asked if his family could fly on the team plane with him. Doc Rivers said no. Tim Duncan said, okay, re-sign with the Spurs, and the rest is history.
Well, yeah. Wow.
Fucking Doc Rivers just fucks it up for everybody.
Like, what would be the reason that you would say no, especially to the best power forward of all time?
Well, at that time, he's not the best power forward of all time. He's one of the he's one of the best players.
He was still great
then. He was great then, I know.
He instantly made San Antonio good again.
Oh, yeah.
Because you brought Dave Robinson back. And you paired him up with him, and you were like, man, this duo is...
And then you got players like Sean Elliott and guys like that, like they're role players, knew their role and knew how to play. Hey, I don't know. I just don't get Doc Rivers. It's like,
well, I mean, it's almost everything he touches, it turns to shit. Like he got fortunate with that Boston team.
Yeah, and he only got one with that Boston team.
That Boston team was the first big three, right? This is the first time these teams have put together 3 all-star talents, right? And high-level all-stars, for that matter, in their primes.
Yeah.
And you won once with them? Like, I just feel like any other coach in history would have done so much better with that trio. And you brought it, and they had a young point guard in Rajon Rondo at that time that blossomed into an all-star himself. Granted, with the help of those three guys, because I mean, when Rondo doesn't have to score, and
when Rondo can just pass the ball,
which he loves,
and
I mean, there's nobody that can get to the lane better than him at that time. I mean, just they muffed that whole.
Well, they battled.
He did. Doc Rivers.
Yeah. I mean, they battled with Kobe a couple of years.
Mm-hmm.
But Kobe he's an animal, dude. Or was an animal. As far as his just tenacity and his want to be the best.
Yeah. Between him and Jordan, I don't know who had more of a dog in him.
Dude. I want to say Jordan does just because Kobe there for a minute, I don't know what happened. Like, not that Jordan's not likable, but there was a change in Kobe at some point where he became more likable, but you knew exactly what he expected when you were on the court.
Well, it's the same thing with Michael Jordan. Jordan was, I mean, he would get on everybody in practice for not giving the effort that he was given. Kobe kind of was the same way. If you're not putting in the same amount of effort that I am, then fuck you.
I mean, he did it to Shaq.
Yeah.
And even Shaq came out and said, if, things were different and it had to change, we probably could have won a couple more easy.
Oh, absolutely.
Easy.
Well, Shaq won one with the Heat and D Wade.
Yep.
So, I mean,
he still got 4.
Yeah.
Because then he won 3. He won 3 with Kobe, correct?
Yeah.
And then Kobe won 2 more later.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, it's just like, man, they could have won. They could have kept it together because Shaq was still Shaq for another few years.
But Shaq was just such a dominant big man in the league and was the guy for so long. It's really kind of hard to hand off, the face of a franchise,
especially when the guy's younger.
Yeah,
and just more.
I mean, he does more on the floor than you ever could.
Yeah.
And it's nothing against Shaq. Shaq's just too big to do all the things Kobe could do. You have to find your place. And the game's kind of transforming at that time a little bit too. And, having those abilities that Kobe did, you can't take the ball out of that guy's hands.
No.
And I can see why you would butt heads. They're two big egos on the same team that both think that they're the reason they're winning.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you could argue it either way. That's one of those, I don't know how Phil just isn't. Hey, look, I need you to just to.
Yeah, y'all come sit with me. We'll smoke some of the ganja.
Yeah. Or just look at Kobe and say, Kobe, you still be you. But I need you to understand that Shaq can't be you.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? We want him healthy on game night. I'm not going to make him run his ass off in practice.
No. Yeah, we're not going to gas him.
Yeah. We need him.
Yeah.
We need him.
We need him. He's going to be the last one down the floor. It's okay. Trust me, when he gets down there, you're going to want him.
Yeah.
I mean, you're not shooting 100%, Kobe.
No, you're
going to need someone to get under there and be able to get you offensive rebounds so you can get another shot up.
Yep.
And without Shaq, we ain't doing that.
Nope. No, sir, you are not. You are not. Oh, I miss those days.
Yeah.
Miss those days.
Those were good.
Those early Spurs days too. And, talk about just the the luck of adding Tim Duncan. They scouted and drafted pretty good there at a stretch,
Well, when you're pulling, future Hall of Famers out of the second round. But...
Yes.
You're doing okay.
Yeah, let's take this guy.
Yeah.
And let's take Tony Parker. And you're like, all right. And then you just hear stories about, about Coach Pop. And that's just crazy stuff. There was
Popovich was just so good at getting guys to accept their
to buy in.
Buy into
the serve.
Yes.
Yeah. There was a young kid, I don't remember who it was. But essentially the kid was from Seattle or Portland, somewhere from the Northwest,
Mm-hmm.
but not like in a very good side of town and stuff. And that essentially, Pop essentially said, "Hey, look, man, I need you to focus here. I need you not to go back into that, during the off season stuff." Well,
Yeah.
something ended up happening afterwards where the player's mom got shot. And she survived,
Yeah.
but she got shot. And Pop
got
essentially,
one.
essentially Pop, without telling the player, called the mom, said, "Hey, I'm paying for you, your family to move down here. I'm covering all the moving expenses. I'm doing it all.
Wow.
So your son doesn't have to cover. I'm doing it because he worries about you guys. And if he's worrying about you, I can't get him to do what I need him to do."
Yeah.
So he paid for them to move down.
Wow.
Put them like.
And who was this?
Oh, God. It was one of, I'm Googling it now, but can't remember who it was. It's been within like the last 10 years.
Huh. Oh, DeJounte Murray.
Yeah.
Yeah. Wow. Yeah, she got shot in the leg. It was in Seattle.
Yep. And that same thing. He did it personally.
Impressive.
I mean,
the guy that cares.
Dude, he does. He does. And I mean, he was even able to deal with Rodman.
Yeah.
And Pop doesn't usually deal with any
Not
kind
that
of
guy.
nonsense like that.
Almost like a nutcase.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, and don't get me wrong, Rodman was filthy. The dude was so good. But I mean, watching him and Carmen Electra in those days, you're just like, they're both wearing a dress.
Yeah. You're just like, oh, man. But no, I mean, isn't
that weird, though? It's like, as a kid, you look at Carmen Electra and you hold her on this pedestal, and you just think she's only going to accept the best of best man possible, and she settles for fucking Dennis Rodman.
All them model actresses from that time all ended up with some weird ass people, and you're just like, what? I don't get any of this.
Well, yeah, because Angelina Jolie and Billy Bob Thornton were
yes.
Pam Anderson and Tommy Lee.
Yeah. Well, Pam Anderson and all the rock stars, she pretty much dated them all. I think she dated Bret Michaels too.
Yeah, I think she was with Kid Rock at some point.
Yeah.
She was almost like a groupie.
Yeah. And it's just like, what? Get out of here with that nonsense. I don't understand any of that. But they all had the weird people.
Right, but that's what you're talking about. All those famous actresses and models and stuff, and they somehow that's it's like, so I could be a weird piece of shit, but as long as I got money, maybe there's some
yeah, that's it. I mean, weirdest person ever. I always had ladies, and that was Hugh Hefner. And that whole situation is just weird.
I mean, he built this empire of pornography.
Yeah.
I mean, it is the most simplistic porn.
Mm-hmm. It was somewhat semi-elegant on occasion.
They made it that way. That's how they marketed it.
Yeah.
To be like, it was okay.
Yeah. It's okay.
It's weird. Weird how he was able to achieve that. But there's great articles.
There was some.
Doesn't make sense. But yeah, no, I mean, more power to that guy.
Yeah, good on him. But you hear some of the stuff that there's a documentary out about the Playboy Mansion and stuff, about all the girls coming back and talking about stuff that happened there. You just
imagine
that's creepy.
All that estrogen in one building.
All that estrogen and Viagra and
the old man wasn't.
Ooh.
Yeah.
I don't know. Good on him for pulling it off.
It is wild. Just a weird idea to come up with, and then to execute it on top of that is even more impressive.
Perfectly. Execute it perfectly.
Yeah. pretty impressive. Anyways, back to NBA.
Yeah, sorry, we got sidetracked on that.
Yeah, as you said earlier, Pistons somehow down 3-1 to the 8 seed Magic. And I mean, really, because the Pistons were the best team in the East pretty much all year.
Mm-hmm.
Cade Cunningham, MVP run. Granted, he went out towards the end of the year, but he's back.
Yeah, but he
it's
went
not
out
like
with
you're
a
missing-
crazy injury, too.
Yeah.
I mean, Detroit was pretty much the best team in the East all year.
Honestly, I think this is, and I do not like Mancaro at all. I mean, it's weird because he's the quietest, pretty much superstar. But when you watch him, because Philly played Orlando in the play-in, and fuck that guy. That guy runs his mouth on the floor and just, I mean, he's just annoying as shit. Not a fan. Yeah, complaining about calls and things like that. But I mean, he's carrying his team to this level.
Oh,
and
yeah.
I think what you're seeing is like the Durant hasn't really stepped up and hasn't played to the same level he was playing at through the regular season.
Yeah.
His numbers are awful lot here in this series. And when you're not getting the production that you were getting in the regular season from your defensive monster.
Yeah.
And the guy you expect to be pulling down, 12, 13 rebounds a game, that's going to change a lot too.
We'll see how it changes. I think Orlando's going to dump him. I think Detroit is out, which turns the East wide open.
Well, they're 10.5-point favorites tonight, so they are in Detroit.
I'm sure they've been 10.5-point favorites the entire time.
In all likelihood, yeah. After the fact that they lost both games in Orlando and weren't able to at least even this series up and gain your home field or home court advantage back.
It's not looking good.
It's not. I mean, this is one of the biggest choke jobs as a 1 seed ever.
But at the same time, this is a team that full of young players. They were a 5 seed last year, 6 seed in the playoffs. So you took that next step. Now you got to take the next step. You gotta. All right, we're the number 1 seed. We should easily win our first series.
Mm-hmm.
Shouldn't even be a question. But if they go out, though, the East is 100% up for grabs. I mean, even the Sixers could make a run. And I'm not saying that as like a shot. I'm just saying that
don't get my hopes up, man.
I'm just saying the potential is there.
Oh, sure. No, the potential is absolutely there. You get 2 more games of Embiid playing the way he did. You get VJ and Maxey to step up and play like they did in game 2. Then if you're getting all 3 guys clicking with Paul George coming into the mix as well, I mean, you got 4 really good guys on this team that can score in bunches. All 4 of them can. It's you watching this series. It's defensive breakdowns that are killing the Sixers.
I'm still
and
not.
Allowing so many open threes for the Celtics, who are a great 3-point shooting team. The Sixers aren't that great of a 3-point shooting team. You can't shoot yourself back into games. So when you get down big, it's very difficult because the Celtics are able to execute a lot of high screens and open up guys on the perimeter that it makes it very difficult. And the Sixers aren't really, switching off on those screens like they should.
Yeah.
And they did a lot better of that in the second half yesterday, and it really put a lot more pressure on the three-point shooters. But you did see a lot of guys that were able to drive a lot easier, especially in the first half. I don't know where you really get the two together. to where you stop those runs, but also you're closing out on the threes. But it seems to be an effective way of beating Boston is by eliminating the three and making them drive. Because if they're not finishing at the basket and they can't finish it from behind the 3-point line, that's your way of beating them. You just got to find a way to make sure that both of those things are happening at the same time. It's a very difficult task to do because you've got guys like Jaylen Brown and Jason Tatum.
Yeah,
with a lot of good skill set guys around them.
I'm just over like guys like Paul George. Like I think they're like, can they still play? Yes. I feel they're overvalued.
Oh, I said it when he signed him. I was like, this is stupid.
Yeah.
This is not the guy we need to go out and spend on. You could have found younger, better talent at that time.
Yeah, I feel the same way about Harden. I feel Harden is like,
no, he's a lost cause.
Is
he great? Yeah, he can be, but it's not what you want to spend. That's not what you want to
let Game 7 come around.
Yeah.
Let Game 7 come around, and you'll see exactly why he's
5 points, 6 turnovers.
Yeah. It's just like guys like that just drive me crazy.
Shoots 15% from the field.
And I forgot you guys had Kyle Lowry.
He's not playing.
Well, but
he's there.
I forgot he was on the roster.
He's a Philly guy. So
I forgot he was on the roster.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Knicks and Hawks. Knicks up 3-2 there. Hawks give them a lot more run than I thought they would.
Dude, the Hawks are supposedly that team on the rise, on the move.
Which is kind of weird when you deal away at Trae Young.
Yeah. It's kind of crazy that, they're doing what they're doing and they dealed away at Trae Young.
Yeah. Yeah. It's impressive.
Yeah, well, Trae Young can play offense. He's not a very good defender.
No, he's a liability.
Yeah, big time. He is a liability in the same way that Steph is a liability, but his shooting doesn't compare to Steph's. And even Steph can be sneaky defensively sometimes. There's no sneaky with Trae.
No.
You try to force that guy to guard. You want that guy guarding your as far as their Atlanta was concerned or whoever he's playing for. You want him to be on the worst offensive player.
Yeah.
Because if he's having to play defense, you're SOL on that one. SOL. But yeah, that series has been pretty good.
Before we do anything, we haven't made a read all day.
No, we haven't. We're going to end up slamming them right here near the end.
Yeah, so I'm just going to tell you about Goodfields. Don't forget them, because if the Flyers lose, I'm going to need one. But Goodfields is a cannabis seltzer from getgoodfields.com. They offer a new era of refreshment. Crafted with high-quality, natural ingredients, these beverages provide a consistent, enjoyable, uplifting experience, perfect for any occasion. Plus, you get to save using Jabbo the Pod at checkout in that promo code box. Make sure you get your promo code in there, save you some cheese, and get you some Goodfields.
I like it. I like it a lot.
There's no Chicago team playoff, so sorry about that.
No,
trying to read you into this one.
No, you're good, buddy. We can still talk about Big Fork Brand at bigforkbrand.com. They create bacon sauces, paleo pork jerky, Chicago-style dog sauces, and crafted meat sticks like no one else. Known for their bold flavors and clean ingredients and small batch craftsmanship. Big Fork has been featured in Food and Wine, Chicago Tribune, and QVC, and has been praised for bringing bold flavors and unmatched quality. Go to bigforkbrands.com and enter the Jabbo the Pod promo in the promo box and get yourself a 20% off discount.
There you go. Get yourself some. Yeah, there's no Blackhawks hockey playoffs. No reading into that. We could talk about, I guess, Chicago's draft, but who cares?
Yeah, I don't care.
I guess Bears fans would. That would make sense, but yeah.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. But yeah. The 3.5 hour pod last week kind of wore me out.
Yeah, it does. I mean,
It was good.
it was
I
good.
liked it.
It's always great to bring Bob back on.
Yeah.
We had Bob talk draft with us.
Yeah.
Talk about the players that are being drafted, how it's going down. It was a good episode. It was fun. It's always good to get together with Bob for sure.
I like the whole simulcast thing. That was good. It's just when I was so not ready for it.
I was not ready.
And then it was like, we're just gonna do it.
Had to absolutely wing that one, but it was good. I felt like that one ended up as one of the better episodes we've done in a while. For sure.
Usually, at least with the Bobs, usually the Bob episode gets a little juicy.
Juicy.
That's what I'll say. Juicy.
Absolutely. Oh man, the Phillies game got delayed for inclement weather, so they'll play a doubleheader. Not what we need. We need to get it all at the same time. Like get into a run day after day. Don't get this day off. It doesn't help.
No, it doesn't. Does not, my man.
Yeah.
Whew.
Yeah, I mean, maybe you can get some rain gear here at Old Glory. Old Glory offers over 300,000 items for music, sports, entertainment, and pop culture fans, featuring officially licensed merch from iconic bands and top sports teams. You can discover your perfect fan gear and save using the discount of Jabbo the Pod at checkout. Go ahead and enter that in your promo code box. Again, save that money, get you new gear right there at Old Glory.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Let's just get them reads out there.
No, there's nothing wrong with that. Let's get them all in there.
Get them all in.
Yeah, so baseball is postponed at 7:30. You can't postpone hockey because it is played indoors. And the Flyers take on Pittsburgh at 7:30. Tomorrow, the Sixers and Celtics play at 8. And Game 6 matchup that watch. But other games tonight, you've got Orlando and Detroit at 7. Orlando could wrap this thing up if they wanted to. Yep. Cleveland and Toronto, which we haven't even talked about, they're tied at 2 games apiece. They are in Game 5 tonight at 7:30. And for the late West Coast game in LA, you've got Houston at the Lakers. Lakers looking.
Yeah.
Let's see here. A lot of day games in baseball today. Nothing really exciting there.
Day games tomorrow, though, big time.
Yeah.
You know, we could go watch the Nationals and the Mets for as low as $3 tomorrow.
Man, that's cheaper than all the concessions.
Yeah, well, yeah, you can go for as cheap as $9 for the Phillies Giants game.
No,
nothing tomorrow is like really like banging ticket wise.
Well, I mean, the Phillies prices are going to be cheap right now. It suck.
I mean,
this is your opportunity to get in cheap before they turn it around. At least I hope so.
Highest price ticket tomorrow, $19.
Yeah.
Yeah. $19 to see St. Louis and Pittsburgh with Skeens on the mound.
Ooh, I'd pay that.
I'd pay $19 for that.
Yeah, I mean, you're sitting in the cheap seats.
Hey,
but...
it's Pittsburgh. You can always move up.
Yeah, that's true. Let's see.
I don't know. Probably not tomorrow. Tomorrow they probably sold a lot.
Well, the Marlins beat the Dodgers today.
Ooh.
Baltimore and Houston got postponed. I guess that weather in Baltimore is also the same weather that's affected Philly.
Yeah, if I had to guess.
Yeah, that means your Mets might get washed out because they're playing in New York, and that ain't too far down the road either. Depending on how fast that and the direction.
Yeah, depending on it. Yeah, we'll see. We'll see how it goes.
All right, well, we'll close this one out with our favorite home brewery shop, and that is Harpoon. You can discover the Harpoon Shop, your ultimate destination for the finest apparel, glassware, and souvenirs from Harpoon Brewery, directly from the source. Elevate your style with their exclusive collection of branded clothing, perfect for showcasing your love for craft beer. Enjoy their favorite brew or your favorite brews in their premium glassware, designed to enhance every sip. Commemorate your brewery experience with unique souvenirs that capture the spirit of Harpoon. Their products are crafted with the same passion and quality as their beers, ensuring you receive nothing but the best. Shop Harpoon Shop today and bring a piece of the brewery home with you. Cheers to great taste and unforgettable memories. And you can also save using Jabba the Pod at checkout for all that cool gear that the Harpoon Shop's going to offer you. Yes. Beer 30 now.
Beer is always good. Well, sir, until next week.
Until next week, man, we've wrapped this one up. See you guys.
Yes, sir.